This week's record of the week is Speaking in Tongues, which was released by the Talking Heads in 1983. Now this record is kind of hard to put into a genre box. It's funky, you can definitely tell that it's art rock, maybe some 80s pop. Either way, it is definitely out there. Now the title of the record, Speaking in Tongues, was vastly inspired by David Byrne's fascination with preachers. So in particular, he took a lot of interest in Pentecostal preachers who would get up, speak in tongues, claim that they were speaking in another language, and then the entire congregation would get up and they would say things, they would kind of move their body. It was this whole experience. And I suspect that religion aside, this was something that David Byrne ultimately wanted to do with the Talking Heads, right? He wanted to make this very powerful and weird music that was supposed to be interactive at its base. I'm definitely starting to notice a trend in some of the records that I pick, but David Byrne was also heavily inspired by the music of both West and South Africa. In particular, he was moved by the staple percussion that West African and South African music are known for. And then of course, like every art rock artist does, he pulls these eclectic kind of ideas from a bunch of different genres. So you have Fela Kuti, who was very popular in the Afrobeat scene in West Africa. Funkadelic, obviously funk, and then the B-52s, which you could consider pop rock, 80s pop rock maybe. The album did have a lot of great success on the Billboard 200, but what I think is most interesting is that the Talking Heads decided to document their tour through a film called Stop Making Sense. And this film was also really successful. It's a lot of fun. You can check it out today on a bunch of different networks, but the really important thing is that it encapsulated what the record meant. It captured it in its natural element. And that natural element, of course, is playing music live. And you get to see the band as well as the audience really just live in the moment. Through both the film success and the album success, the record helped break down this deeply rooted segregation between deep black funk music and then this white poppy music. So the record helped kind of break that apart and show that, really you get something kind of cool when you blend the two. So if you like 80s music, if you like art rock, if you like stuff that's just out there, if you just like being happy, man, this record is for you. I mean, this is something that I like to play while I'm in the office, drinking coffee or running errands and just wanting to be in this kind of light, energetic mood. My favorite tracks on this record would have to be Pull Up the Roots, Making Flippy Floppy, and This Must Be the Place. For my rating, I'm gonna have to give this a 9.5 out of 10. It is nearly perfect. Now, I will warn you before you check it out that it is out there, okay? So this is my opinion. It is super artsy. It is really funky. There's some cool synthesizer stuff, a lot of funk guitar work, but man, just so many artists want to be the one that write hits and sell out arenas and kind of do that thing, and then so many other artists just want to share their hearts out to the world and write something really deep and introspective. I wouldn't say that the Talking Heads does either. They had their share of hits, they had their share of deep lyrics that are really profound, but at the end of the day, they were having fun. Their magic was to uplift the crowd and have this kind of interaction, and no matter what was going on, to keep things light and fun and create an experience with one another. But yeah, man, there's the record of the week. I'll be posting more about it on my story as I dig into it as always. If you have questions, comments, concerns, whatever, you want to be a part of this conversation, feel free to hit me up. And as always, feel free to listen with me.